So you're looking for ways to sharpen images in Photoshop. Great, you're in the right place, because in this video, I'm going to give you 2 awesome ways to sharpen your images in Photoshop. But not only that, I'm also going to give you a free download of some Photoshop actions that are going to enable you to sharpen your images with just one click of the mouse. Don't go away. Hi there, I'm Barry Callister of Barry Callister Photography and Photographer's Freedom, giving you the time, gear and skills to be the best photographer that you can be. Welcome to my channel, thanks for watching this video today. Now I'm about to show you 2 ways that you can sharpen your images in Photoshop, but before we jump into that, I want to point out the link in the video description below. This will take you to a place where you can download a free Photoshop Actions zip folder, and inside this zip folder there are a couple of actions that will help you to sharpen your images with just one click. So at any time during the video, check that out, but right now let's jump into it. We're going to start in Lightroom, so let's move over to the computer. Alright, here we are in Lightroom, and I have this photo open of a kookaburra that I took way back in, as you will see, 2014, so back in October of 2014. This is when I was just starting to use my DSLR. So this was taken with a Nikon D5200 and a 55 to 200mm kit lens. As you can see here, the 55 to 200mm f4 to 5.6. So I didn't really know what I was doing, first of all, and second of all, it was taken at f5.6, so it's going to be a fairly soft image. So if we zoom into 100%, you can see it is fairly soft. There's not a lot of detail in the kookaburra's feathers there. And it does need a little bit of sharpening. Now I have done some editing to it. This is why I wanted to start in Lightroom. I've only done a few things here in the basic panel. I've taken the exposure down, I've dropped the highlights, up the shadows, raised the whites and lowered the blacks a little bit to get my levels right there. That's all I've done in the basic panel. And then all I am doing is leaving the detail slider where it normally is. So Lightroom will by default apply sharpening of 40, right? So with a radius of 1. So I'm just leaving that as it is. I'm not doing anything else with that. So let's just have a look first of all. We'll see that we can, it's taking my side panels away. All right, zoom into 100%. Now if I turn off the detail panel by clicking this little button here, you can see that's before the sharpening, that's after. It's made a slight difference, but for me, nowhere near enough. So what we're going to do is right click on that image, scroll down to edit in and across to edit in Photoshop, and that will bring it across to Photoshop, and we will start with method number 1 of how to sharpen in Photoshop. So the first method that I want to show you is using what's called a high pass filter. Before we do that, of course, we always duplicate our background layer. So I'm going to left click, drag it down to this little plus symbol down here. That will duplicate my background layer. Control Z to undo that, and I'll show you another way of doing that, which is Control J or Command J on a Mac. That will also duplicate your background layer, making sure that we don't make any edits to the original, and we can also quickly see the before and after. So to apply a high pass filter to this, we need to go up to our filters menu, strangely enough. Left click on that, scroll down here all the way down to other. Across there you will see high pass. So we click on that, and then your image goes all grey. Do not freak out. We're going to fix that in a minute. Now what you want to do is use a combination here of this little pop-up here. So this little preview there, and also your main image. Look at your main image. And what you want to do is, I'm going to scroll across here and find our kookaburra's face. There we go, maybe a little bit of the background. Now what you want to do is choose a radius that just allows the edges of your image to show through. You can of course do this at varying levels and it will give you varying results. This is a really subtle way of sharpening. I don't use it very often. I prefer a much more heavy way of sharpening, but this is very subtle. So as you can see, if I dial it all the way back, we can't see anything in there. The the outline of the kookaburra that we had there a minute ago is completely gone. And if I dial it right up like that, you can see that we have the image starting to show through. So what we want is to back it off. So it started at 1.2. At 0.9, we can't really see much of the kookaburra there. I might bring it up to about 1.4, and I'm going to click OK on that. Now, in order to be able to see the result of this, we need to change our blending mode for this layer. So this little drop down menu here, we left click on that, and we're going to come down to overlay. Now you can choose any of these here that you like, obviously not hard mix because that looks terrible, but you can choose overlay to begin with. Now this will give you a very soft result. I'm going to press Control or Command plus to zoom in here. I'm going to plus again. Now if I turn off this layer, you'll see the before and the after. So that's made a really big difference already. You can also see, if you keep your eyes on this area here of the background, it also introduces quite a lot of noise. So you have to be careful about that. But you know, that's a nice result. It's very subtle, but it is stronger than what we had in Lightroom. So that is how you do it with a high pass filter. Now, of course, I did say that you could choose a different blending layer over blending mode over here. So let's try soft light, and we'll zoom in again with Control or Command plus, and turn that on and off. That's very subtle. You can, of course, click the drop down menu and just scroll your mouse over them and see the results. See, linear light is extremely harsh and looks terrible. It's very sharp, but it's just too much. So overlay is fairly subtle. Soft light is even more subtle than overlay. Hard light is getting a lot sharper. Vivid is sharper, and linear is just completely over the top and noisy. So generally, for a nice subtle sharpening, choose overlay or soft light there. So we'll go back and we'll do all of those steps again. I'll delete that layer. Let's press Control or Command J to duplicate our layer. Come up to Filter, down to Other, High Pass. We'll leave it as it is because it's stayed at 1.4 as we selected before. Actually, I might try and I'll dial it up a little bit too much, and I'll show you the results of, like, say 3 pixels or something. We'll go for that, and we'll choose our overlay blending mode, Control or Command plus to zoom in, and that's the result of that. So you can see that it has sharpened quite a great deal, and it's nice, but it really is a little bit overdone. I mean, if we look at it, I press Control or Command 0, we look at it at full screen there, it's, you know, that's nice. You have to be careful when sharpening that you don't get the edges of your image looking too contrasty. You will start to get bright lines around the edges of things, and it doesn't look nice. But this is not too bad. I mean, it really is up to you how much you want to apply, but like I say, be careful with over sharpening because you'll get those edges on things and they do not look good. And I will show you what that looks like. I will show you what an over sharpened image looks like by applying another high pass, and we'll crank it up to about 14.2 should do it. And we'll change our overlay to this. Now that there, guys and girls, is an over sharpened image. It's absolutely awful. And you can see, like, in his feathers, it's just all unnatural. See this contrasting area here between the foreground and the background, between him and see this dark edging there? It's just contrasted the edges way too much, and it looks awful. We don't like that. We don't do that. And that there is an absolutely hideously over sharpened image. So please do not do that. So be very subtle with your high pass filter. Somewhere around the vicinity of 1.4 to 2.5 pixels is going to be good, but of course it depends on the image. The second technique for sharpening your images in Photoshop is something that is called Unsharp Mask. This is what I use all the time. I absolutely love Unsharp Mask. It's my favorite filter, and let's get into it. So we duplicate our background layer first of all with Control or Command J, or what was the other method? Testing you here. I can't hear your answer, so I'm just going to assume you said, well, Barry, you drag it down to the little plus symbol and you let go. That's exactly right. Now, to get our Unsharp Mask, of course, we go to our filter menu again, left click on that, come down here to Sharpen, across and down the bottom there you will see Unsharp Mask, and we'll click on that and we zoom in a little bit. You can zoom into 100% if you want to by pressing Control or Command plus. You can of course press Control or Command 1, that will bring you to 100%. Control or Command 0 will take you out to fit the screen. Control or Command 1 takes you to 100%. Then to move around inside of your image, click and hold the space bar, left click on your mouse, hold it down and drag to where you want it to be. Now, on the little pop-up here that you get with Unsharp Mask, you can see this little preview here. Now, if you turn that on or off, it changes what you see over here. It turns on and off the effect over here. So that is how I check the results of what I'm doing here. Now, this for me is not enough at 81 and a radius of 0.9. So what I will do first is I'll pump up the radius. I might try about 1.4 here, 1.5 pixels, that'll do. 81 looks pretty good. I'm going to go up to 100 and risk it. Let's see what happens. So that looks really nice and sharp, but it's introduced a lot of noise. So that is something you need to be careful of. But if I go okay there, and we'll see the before and after, that's before, this is after. Now you'll notice that both of these sharpening techniques in Photoshop introduce quite a lot more noise to the image than what we had before, and that is because when you sharpen your image you also sharpen the noise, and it makes it more prominent. It stands out a lot more. Now, a way that you can deal with noise within Photoshop is by using a plugin that I use called Topaz DeNoise AI. This is made by a company called Topaz Labs. I did a video last week about Topaz DeNoise AI because it's just the most amazing plugin for Photoshop and Lightroom for noise removal. So I've linked that video up in the top right hand corner of your video, so go and have a look at that if you like. But just quickly, I will show you my Topaz DeNoise and what it can do for your images. So watch the screen closely because you're about to see it do its thing. Boom, noise is gone. I did not touch a thing on the keyboard or the mouse. It does it automatically, and it does an incredible job. So you can see the before there and then the after. And it hasn't taken much detail away from our kookaburra. It really does an incredible job. I'll just click apply there and we'll go back to Photoshop and you'll see the result. So there's a link in the video description where you can trial this software for 30 days. And also what is fantastic is that Topaz actually has a special deal on at the moment where you can get Topaz DeNoise for a much cheaper price than normal. So that is also in the video I did last week. So that is until October the 9th. So get on it. Link in the video description. It's an amazing plugin, works with Photoshop and Lightroom, and look at the results. This is before Topaz DeNoise, zoomed into, where are we? 85% here. This is before Topaz DeNoise AI, after Topaz DeNoise AI. A completely clean and stunning image. This is our before. This is before the sharpening and the denoise, and then after we have a much sharper image, much cleaner image. Thumbs up. So there you go. There are two ways of sharpening your images in Photoshop. Now before you go, there are two things that I want you to do. I want you to go down to the description under this video, there are 2 links down there. One of those will lead you to a free download of a zip file which has some Photoshop actions in it. They are completely free. All you have to do to get those is to sign up to my mailing list, but that's an extra bonus because you're getting blog posts, photography tips and ideas, photography business advice, special deals on computer software and photography gear, and loads more. So go and sign up to that. You will receive the free download of the Photoshop actions. The second link that is down there will take you to Topaz DeNoise AI, where you can download that program and use it for 30 days completely free. Have a ball with it, guys. It's an absolutely amazing plugin. If you choose to purchase it, please do so before the 9th of October to take advantage of the awesome saving. I will be back next week with another video. If you don't want to miss that, hit subscribe, ding the notification bell, give this video a like before you go, leave me a comment if you enjoyed it. I will see you next time. Until then, get out there, take some wicked shots, and I'll see you soon.